Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, good afternoon. How are you, young professionals, young adults? Welcome to Varsity College Connections International, VCCI. My name is Dr. Charlie, YAPC, Young Adults Professional Coach. Welcome to VCCI and, of course, our payoff line, Purpose, Connect, Inspire, and transform. We exist, of course, to help you establish those global academic and, of course, leadership connections. Welcome to VCCI. And as we proceed, please like this channel so that you help us to grow. Share this video with your colleagues, and at the end of the day, please finish me with your feedback. I really value your comments, and above all, click the subscriber button so that you are always the first to get notified each time I release podcasts like this. I know you are wondering, what is VCCI all about? Well, VCCI is Varsity College Connections International, and our payoff line is, of course, purpose, insights, connections, and transformation. We exist to connect all young adults, all young professionals. Now, who qualify to participate in VCCI? Listen very carefully. For as long as you are a college or a university student, you are currently studying. When we say college, it can be teachers or polytechnic or vocational training college, okay? Or you are in university, or you have since graduated. And then there is an age criteria. You should be aged 18 years, and the maximum there is 40 years. So for as long as you are 18, right up to 40, and you are in college or university or you've graduated, then you are the ideal person that should hang out right here at VCCI. And our services are quite plenty. What we do is we bring together all you young adults, young professionals. We provide career coaching. We also provide basic life skills training. We aggregate, okay, global scholarships, and we come back and say, these are the latest scholarships. We coach you in as far as how you can take advantage of such scholarships. And if you are successful, we also coach you how you can successfully migrate to wherever you are going to take up your studies. We arrange, of course, the leadership and academic exchanges, as well as networking conferences, and also training when it comes to a number of soft skills. For example, how to do change management, how to be a leader, community development. We also put you into different groups, say between 5 to 7, and then we help you fundraise so that you can do a specific community development project of your choice, including your own private projects. So there's so many things that we do, and there's so much to benefit, including employment listing, CV writing, and also interview coaching. So that's what we do as VCCI, and you can be a member of VCCI. All you need to do, pay your annual membership fee. Now the fee is US $60 per year, but we are running a promotion. You will only pay $24 per year. Can see how affordable it is. If you say that is 24, you don't have it cash, then you can go for our monthly option. Our monthly option is whereby you pay $5 per month, so you are a member for that month. If it lapses, you are no longer a member, and when you have another $5, you simply pay. So if that's what you prefer, you can go for the $5 per month membership fee. Right, enough of that. Now, what does VCCI Insights brings to you? What we do is we always look at a particular topic and then we discuss it. So let us deep dive straight into today's VCCI Insight topic. Yes, we are looking at managing your purpose in life. So today's topic is managing your purpose in life. You remember what our teachers used to do in secondary and high school? They'll always repeat, because they'll tell us repetition is one best way of teaching. So our topic today is managing your purpose in life. Very quickly, the objectives. We want to define purpose. And we also want to understand the importance of purpose as we continue. What are the definitions? Of course, you should also come up with your own definitions. You are allowed to even consult the internet or even one of the dictionaries. Now, here are some of the phrases that help us to understand what purpose is about. For example, it refers to intended use. Intended use. This means that everything has got its intended use. Reason for being designed. Reason for being designed. Intention, objective, reason for being created. I don't know what definition you are coming up with. Now, if you try to put this in a sentence, what does it mean when you say purpose in life? So, for example, my purpose refers to my reason for existence. So, whenever you think about your purpose, it refers to the reason for your existence. There's another word that I want to throw there. We normally come across this word, especially in management studies. It's called raison d'etre. Raison d'etre. It simply means the primary reason why that particular thing or object or phenomenon is there. Why? Okay, so purpose in life is all about your raison d'etre, my raison d'etre. I'm sure you are excited. Isn't that so? Yes, just exciting, even like this background music, which is all about a good life. You know, at VCC, we are talking about young adults, 18 to 40. You are still full of life. So it's not always study hard, study hard. Yes, we study hard, but also we play hard. Now, let's continue with our topic of today. We want to look at the importance of purpose. Is having a purpose in life that important? Yes, we have defined purpose in life, but is it really important to have purpose in life? Let me just take a cough. I don't know what you think, but honestly, globally, I don't think we'll come across any person who would say it is not important to have a purpose in life or to know your purpose in life. So, here are some of the various ways that show that having a purpose in life or knowing your purpose in life is very, very important. Number one, prioritizing your life. If you have a purpose in life, you are going to prioritize your life. In other words, you are not going to consider and handle your life very lightly. It is very special every day, 24/7. Okay, 24/7. Your life is very important. Why? Because you have a purpose in life. Secondly, you are going to abstain from certain activities or people. Yes, this just comes naturally. When I'm saying abstaining from certain activities or people, don't you ever think that we are talking about you being somebody who is no rare, awkward, and who doesn't want to socialize. No, no, not at all. It's because you have a purpose in life and you know your purpose. And because of that, you are simply going to say, this activity, no. Why? Because it does not help me to successfully achieve my purpose. This person, no, I'm not going to hang out with them. They are not going to be within my inner circle of friends or my inner circle of buddies. Why? Because no, 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 no. Doing that will not help me to advance my purpose. Another one, having a purpose in life is a source great of motivation, especially when things are tough. My teacher, high school teacher, used to say, when chips are down, when chips are down. So imagine things are really tough and you don't have a purpose. It is very easy for you to succumb to whatever challenging situation you are confronting because you don't know your purpose. But guess what? If you know your purpose, you can successfully rebalance. Now, what does the rebalance mean? Let me give you a practical example. All of us as human beings, we do relate to situations whereby you are walking very nicely, but all of a sudden your foot hits against a stone. You remember, can you recall? You are walking or you are even running, and then you bump into a stone. What happens? You go off balance. Maybe you're holding a briefcase of books. All your books will be scattered all over. Or maybe you're holding a hot chocolate and some, a bowl of popcorns. Everything just splashes all over. That's an accident. You get off balance. But will you remain off balance throughout the entire day? No ways. You are not going to remain off balance. You will have to come back. Another example, you are driving and you are in your lane. Then all of a sudden, somebody who, for whatever reason, are coming direct to you in your lane. Are you going to say, I will remain in my lane because I have the right of way? No, if you continue like that, then you're going to have a head on collision, and that's an accident, and the fatality there, you might not come out alive. So what are you going to do? You are going to find an escape route. You go to a swerve to the left or swerve to the right. But are you going to continue in that detour to the left or to the right? Not at all. You are going to come back to your lane. This is what I mean by rebalancing. If you have a purpose in life, you will learn how to rebalance. Okay, let me check that again. This is very, very important. You will learn how to rebalance. In other words, how to come back to your senses, how to come back to your own self identity. Here's one last example. You know, we can never avoid challenges in life. For as long as we are alive, for as long as you are a human being, our lives as human beings is a life of confronting challenges. You can never say, I don't want to ever confront challenge in my life. That will never happen. It's like, listen to this example. It's like somebody trying to say, I want to prevent a bird from flying over my head. There are so many types of bird species. There are eagles, there are doves, there are many of them. But you can never prevent a crow or a raven from flying over your head. I think people will say you are not enough. I mean, what's wrong with your mental faculties? You can't say, hey, babe, what are you doing? No. But there's something that you can certainly prevent. You can prevent a bird from beginning to build a nest on your head. Just imagine a nest, a bird coming with a twig they put here. Then they come, they put another grass here. Then they come, they put another twig. These pieces of tissues are actually falling. You see? But imagine a bird coming and you are there walking. People will say, what's wrong with you? Then finally, there is the complete nest. And the bird is actually laying eggs, and the eggs are now hatching, and some little some little tio's chickens are there. This is something that you can prevent. Okay, definitely you can prevent. So, what am I saying? We can't prevent challenges, but certainly when the challenges come, we can prevent succumbing to those challenges. This is what I'm talking about. So, if you know your purpose, you are able to rebalance. You are able to prevent yourself from succumbing to any situation. And this is why the other importance of having purpose in life is that you have a greater potential of achieving your goals, and you have also a greater potential for life satisfaction. You can tolerate stress. You can bounce back. You are not somebody who's going to say, I'm going to buy red poison and kill myself, or I'm going to climb on the fifth floor. I'm going to get an elevator or a lift, then throw myself. You are not somebody who's going to say, when I see a fast moving car or a train, I'm just going to throw myself. You are not going to be suicidal. Why? Because you know your purpose. Even if it means you get divorced by your husband or your wife, or you are separated from your girlfriend, or you find yourself, you are pregnant and you can't really tell who is responsible. This alone, all these challenges are not at all enough. They do not warrant that you should take your life. Why? Because you know your purpose in life. You know that you are precious. So, as we come to a close, let's continue to look at two or three more reasons why purpose in life is important. Greater satisfaction at work. Research shows that those that know their purpose, they tend to have greater satisfaction at work. Why? Because you are not forced to go to work. It's not like somebody's dragging you by your ear to say, come on, wake up, go to work. And you're saying, oh, another day again to work. No, no, no. Or it's like as if somebody's dragging you to say, go to your college, go to the university, do your assignments, do the group work. No, no, no. You know your purpose in life. That's why you enrolled in that particular diploma program or degree program. So you're going to wake up each morning looking forward to it until you complete, because you'll be seeing yourself walking down the aisle, graduating in that particular diploma program or degree program. Yes, if you know your purpose in life, you'll have a stronger sense of identity. Identity is all about asking questions like, who am I and who are you? How do I differ from you? I am not you. You are not me. I can't force me to be you. You can't force you to be me. That's self identity. And within self identity, there's a word that we say authenticity, authenticity or authentication, to be yourself, so that there is no gap between who you desire to be and who you are. There is no gap between who you ought to be and who you are. So you keep closing this gap. That's all about self identity. You're able to achieve all this if you know your purpose in life. Again, improved mental health, better physical health, and lastly, there's a better values connections match. What do I mean by values? As a human being driven by self identity, you are going to come up with a set of values. For example, I value health, I value long life, I value integrity, I value simplicity. There are many, many things which you are going to value in your life. I value being modest, whatever it is. I value going out. What I'm saying is, when you look at your set of values, there's going to be a correlation. There's going to be a close association between your values and, of course, your connections. And at the end of the day, you can easily, much more successfully achieve or fulfill your purpose in life. So, this is the importance of knowing or having a purpose in life. I'm really, really, really excited. Now, let me give you an opportunity once again to invite you to join VCCI today. Like I said, we are Varsity College Connections International. We bring together young adults, young professionals aged 18 to 40 years. Either they are still at Teachers College, Vocational Training College, Polytechnic, or university, or they have since graduated and they are between 18 and 40, whether single or married. That's what VCCI is all about. We coach you, we develop your leadership skills, your community development skills. We help you fundraise for specific community development projects as well as your own projects. We link you globally. That's what VCCI is all about. And to be a member, it's $60 per year. But we are running a promotion. So what it means is you can only pay $24. That's it. But if you say it's too much still, then you can go for the monthly membership, whereby you pay $5 and you are a member for that month. If it lapses, you are no longer a member. But if I were you, I'll go for the $24 cash. Okay, we are just about to finish there as we come to a close. Now, to get in touch with us, in other words, to be a member, that's what you need to do there. To be a member, all you need to do is drop me an email, vcci at sbgazim.com, vcci at sbgazim.com, or WhatsApp +263 7733533800, +263 7733533800. So if you get in touch with us, then you will be a member. My name is Dr. Charlie. You can call me YAPC, Young Adults Professionals Coach. Thank you very much for watching, for listening. I want to believe that you really enjoyed this episode where we are looking at managing your purpose. And what we have done is we have not as yet looked into how you can manage your purpose. Of course, this was very important. How can we look into how you can manage your purpose before defining what purpose is? Otherwise, you cannot manage that which you don't know. That's why we have defined what purpose is. And also, how can you successfully manage what you don't think is very important? This is why today we have looked at the importance of purpose in life. So we now know what purpose is. We now agree that it is very important. So in our next episode, we are going to look at how can you now successfully manage your purpose. Thank you very much for watching. And like I always do, please like this video, share it with all your colleagues, and remember, drop some comments below. I really value your feedback, and above all, click the subscribe button so that you become the first to get notified. Click the subscribe button so that you become the first to get notified each time I release podcasts like this. My name is Dr. Charlie, YAPC, Young Adult Professional Coach, and this is VCCI, Varsity College Connections International Global Academic Leadership Connections. We connect you, and our payoff line is Purpose Connections, Inspiration, and of course, transformation. Bye. Click the subscriber below. Don't delay. Click the subscriber below so that you become the first to get notified each time I release podcasts like this. Next week, like I promised, we are going to look at how you can successfully manage your purpose. Bye.